Hello everyone, this is Eugene Finder speaking, back again with another video for the Winter 2017 season. And now here we have an anime that when I first read the synopsis of it, I was actually not looking forward to it because it made me think that it was just going to be crazy ecchi harem shenanigans that I don't really like. But was that really how it all turned out? Let's find out with the first episode of Demi-chan no Kataritai. Let's go! So like I said earlier, I was a little worried to watch Demi-chan no Kataritai because I have been disappointed so many times when there is a situation that sounds similar to this. I'm talking about harems, of course. The big issue of harem anime for me is that it normally leads to a situation of the girls fighting each other over this one guy, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Not saying that all of them are such, but when it comes to the many genres out there, the harem genre is one I find that is most likely to disappoint me. And so of course, you can see why I'm concerned about this anime. But before I judge this anime anymore, let's look into the first episode. The anime introduces a biology teacher, Takahashi Tetsuo, who said that he is interested in interviewing these beings known as demi-humans, or Ajin. He is planning on writing a thesis about them by getting to know them more. Unfortunately, his search has been unsuccessful thus far because he could not find any demi-humans. I'm sorry, but I find that hard to believe because even though it is said that demi-humans are rare, he found 4 of them on the same freaking day. How long was his research again? Whatever, let's just roll with it. So let's introduce these 4 individuals. First to show up is Takanashi Hikari, who is a vampire that recently transferred to the school. Basically, she was given the focus in this first episode. Then there are the other 3 who would probably be given focus in later episodes. A Dullahan named Kyoko Machi, a snow woman named Kusakabe Yuki, which I swear her name was given intentionally considering how Yuki means snow in Japanese. Real clever there, eh? And finally, the new math teacher, Sato Sakie, who is a succubus. Basically, the scenario is that demi-humans have become protected from discrimination and is being given welfare for disadvantages. Whoa, hold on a second there. What the heck is this? So in simple terms, Demi-chan no Kataritai is a combination of both Monster Musume no Iro Nichijo and Rosario plus Vampire. Yep, that's pretty accurate from the looks of it. Extraordinary beings being protected from discrimination? That's Monster Musume. And the right mix of vampires, succubus, and snow women? That's Rosario plus Vampire! Holy crap, anime, what the hell are you trying to pull? In this first episode, we are introduced to all 4 demi-humans, and I was surprised how their true identities were revealed so easily. I thought it was going to be a case of Tetsuo secretly finding out about their identities, but I guess that wasn't necessary. So considering how Hikari was the focus of this episode, we get to learn a lot about what a vampire is like in this anime's world. And I like how the anime already gives vital information about the demi-humans, such as how they are more likely to derive from mutation rather than genetics, which I thought was really interesting as it explains why Hikari's sister, Himari, is just a normal human being. Also, I love how all the human students are also comfortable with the demi-human students, as evident to Machi's friends talking to her so casually despite her head being detached from her body. Also, I am actually really relieved about the first episode because instead of going the ecchi harem route, which I initially thought it was going to take, it is more of a cute comedy situation with Tetsuo trying to get to know more about these girls. Plus, I love how the girls are being portrayed as being cute rather than sexy and kinky, which means that the path to the ecchi harem route is pretty much dismissed here. Also, as a personal preference, I'm happy about that because I like my cute stuff too, okay? The animation is done by A1 Pictures, and I guess I don't need to say anything more than that because the studio is pretty consistent in providing good animation. Although I haven't seen anything over the top in this first episode yet, but it does look pretty good, so there really isn't anything to worry about. Also, this is another time I need to bring up the opening theme because I kind of like this opening theme titled Original. I doubt it's going to be the best, but I can't deny that it was so catchy that I ended up singing along during the first time. So what's the best to sum up my thoughts? Oh, that's easy. I have greatly misjudged this anime. I actually feel like this anime has potential to tell a pretty interesting story about the demi-humans and actually get us to know more about them. I don't know how they're going to take this story forward. Maybe they will come up with some dilemmas the characters face and help the anime gain some weight regarding the issue of discrimination. Or maybe it's not like that at all, and we just see how the demi-humans have become adapted to life among humans. And maybe we can see how their relationship with Tetsuo will go. If they can do this right, they may even make it into a sweet romantic tale. That would be pretty awesome in my opinion. And also, I really hope they do explain the question of why all of these demi-humans appear to be females so far. If that isn't the case, it would be cool to see some male demi-humans. Now, I'm all for them being girls and stuff, but if this is a gender selective thing, I want to know why. That would be such an interesting thing to explore. But regardless, that's just a nitpick. So as you can see, I have greatly changed my opinion about this anime, and I am confident because of how A1 Pictures has hardly let me down after so many anime that I am looking forward to see how they take this to the next step. Well then, enough talk about all that. Hoo-wee! It's recommendation time! Now considering how I mentioned both Monster Musume and Rosario Plus Vampire earlier on, you might be thinking those are my recommendations, right? Absolutely wrong. These two are just a few examples of why I was worried to watch Demi-chan no Kataritai. And you might be shocked because a lot of people actually like Monster Musume. Well, not me. I thought it was annoying and pretty much just crazy harem shenanigans that I didn't like. As for Rosario Plus Vampire, even though I gave it a 7 out of 10, it's only because my waifu, Akashi Amoka, is in it. The anime in general just felt like absolute wasted potential, and it was a real disappointment. And it's rare for me to say this, but go check out its manga instead. I've not read it thoroughly, but even flipping through it casually was more than enough to convince me. So there you have it. I'll leave these two on the screen so that you guys know about them at least. And now, let's get to the actual recommendations. There are many ways to come up with recommendations, and I had to make mention of all three of these. The first one that I'm going to be recommending would be on the subject of the Dullahan. And of course, this anime that I'm going to be recommending is Durara. Durara has this character named Celti, who is a Dullahan, and the whole anime in general is something that I absolutely love. The concept of the perspective of different characters, we follow their stories and how in the end they are all connected one after another. That was a really amazing concept and I loved it so much. I'm almost done with season 2 and I cannot wait to see how they finish all of it. And so yeah, this would be really highly recommended. That's pretty much why I recommended this anime, because Celti is a Dullahan. But even putting that aside, the anime in general is amazing. If you haven't watched it, you need to get to it. It is amazing. Second recommendation is on the topic of vampires. And there are a few anime about vampires, but the one that I have to make mention of, because it is my favorite vampire anime, I guess, and that is Karin the Chibi Vampire. While in general, Karin the Chibi Vampire isn't one of my favorite animes, I did feel kind of bored with it, kind of, not absolutely. But it does have a pretty good story to it, describing this one character named Karin, who is a vampire, but she's very different from many other vampires. And I also like the relationship between Karin and the male character, which I can't figure out what the name is right now, but their relationship is really interesting to watch, and it's really nice to see them handle this situation of discrimination of vampires and stuff. There is this sort of topic. So in general, it is pretty similar to the first episode of Demi-chan no Kataritai. So pretty well done, I would say. Not my favorite, but I would still recommend you guys to check this anime out. And then finally, if we're talking about the whole scenario of humans trying to get to know of extraordinary beings and stuff, then this anime kind of comes into mind, and that anime is Gate. Gate is also another anime made by A1 Pictures and explores on, there's this gate that appeared in the middle of the city one day, and then the soldiers had to go through the gate and find out what the heck is going on. And so they return with these characters from the other side of the gate, and then the world kind of gets to know what these characters are like. I love that concept about it, even though once they come back from the gate. I was kind of disappointed with it, but I've only watched the first season of it. I don't know how the second season is gonna go, but considering how this anime is made by A1 Pictures, I am keeping my hopes up that it turns out well. So yeah, this would be my third recommendation to you guys. And so between these three, I hope you guys find something that you would enjoy, I guess. And if you have watched all three of them, well, I hope you guys have the skills to find something new in the future. And that's all I have to say about Demi-chan no Kataritai. And so yeah, this turned out into a really different scenario than I expected. Holy crap, I thought this was gonna be one anime that I would freaking rant about because of how the concept of it would turn out to be something that I don't like. But as it turns out, I even like this anime. So we'll see what on earth happens next and stuff. We'll see if anything would actually, disappoint me and make me hate it. I don't know. It's possible. It's very possible that that would happen, but I don't know yet. So until then, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and do stay tuned to the next time of whatever I make. Until next time, bye!